Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CCL Bravo Stream Regional Qualifiers. My name is Seymour, and alongside me, as always, my wonderful duo, Cruisin'. We're here to bring you St. Ambrose University against the University of Nebraska Lincoln. It's going to be the start of a journey of a lifetime. The playoffs start here, and I'm so excited.
Both these teams, they are coming into this. They need to win this game to keep going on in the playoffs. Obviously, winner of this match will be going up against. Oh my God, I'm blanking already against CUW Esports, and once they get on into that match, winner of that will qualify for the top 64 seed in the playoffs. So I mean, we're in for a good one tonight, Seymour.
Well, these teams have already played each other before in the regular season, and now it's a lot riding on this one compared to the last season. This is, like you said, all the marbles right here to push on a CUW to get into the playoffs. The journey starts here. We got Moscow Hardpoint for map number 1, whereas we move to the second map, Raid, Search, and Destroy, and then we follow with Raid Control. We get a Crossroads Hardpoint as that map 4, which we haven't seen in a very long time, but finishing off with Miami Search and Destroy. Talk to me, Cruz. How do you feel about this?
All right, so I think if we were to do like a keys to victory in this series right now, if I'm looking at it over the entire thing, Nebraska needs to take a respawn in this series. The last time these two teams played, it was St. Ambrose taking a 3-1 victory over Nebraska. They won all the respawns. The only match or the only map that Nebraska was able to take was a checkmate, search, and destroy. Okay. So if we do end up going the distance, it is a checkmate, search, and destroy, which would be our final map. So if we do end up going the full distance, that's definitely ideal for them. I think the only thing that I'm really worried about, if I'm really looking at Nebraska right now, is they need to, like I said, take a hard point, and we are already replaying one of the same maps that they played in the first series, which was Moscow Hardpoint, which is what we're going to first. St. Ambrose won that map 250 to 171.
Definitely going to be big, and I do the maps I think are actually incorrect above our heads. If I'm looking at it total, it does look like we are going to Moscow, Raid, checkmate, checkmate, checkmate.
Yeah,
as the end of it. So triple checkmate to end it. And you're talking about how the respawns are so important for Nebraska to take. Kind of run through me with this Moscow hardpoint for map number 1. What does Nebraska need to do for Moscow for them to take down St. Ambrose right away?
Well, I think if Nebraska wants to pick up the first map win, I think we have to highlight a player, and it's going to be Trav. Trav sitting at a 0.5 KD right now coming into this match in hardpoint. Yes, he is the objective player. He averages around 120 seconds on the hill, but you still need him to pick up some more map wins. They only have a 9 and 10 map record in hardpoint. Going into Moscow, it is still just a 1 and 2, but one of those 2 losses once again coming to St. Ambrose. And if you're looking over at the side of St. Ambrose, if I was to highlight a player, it's going to be Karios. 1.86 KD. If he can just keep that up today, they can definitely continue to find success in their hard points.
Definitely going to be huge. And considering that Nebraska did take that checkmate, search, and destroy, Raid, search, and destroy is going to be so important to this team as well. We talk about those searches all day long, like all season long when it comes to Call of Duty, because we know search and destroy wins championships. Search and destroy literally carries it at the end of it if you go to that map 5. So that Raid, search, and destroy, in my eyes, could be super important. Now, St. Ambrose might have dropped a search on that checkmate map to Nebraska. If we talk about it and flip the turns for this, we're going to have to see St. Ambrose try to bring it to that. But Moscow Hardpoint for our map 1. I'm sure these teams are ready to go, and I'm sure that they're going to get into it right now. So we're going to hover through this lovely motherlands of Moscow. We're going to see this map 1. It's going to be so exciting, Cruz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. Like I said, this map, I feel like it's an absolute must win for Nebraska. Just looking at the rest of the maps and modes that we're going to later on in the series, this map, I feel like if they are to steal a respawn, it's either going to be in this first map or in that third swing mode map. But again, that third swing mode map, another map that they did lose to the side of St. Ambrose in that first series. So I feel like all the marbles, this could end up being that swing mode map.
It definitely could, 100%. And it really, the start's going to come down to who gets the better spawns for those P2. We talk about it all day long, and Moscow full of money hills. But Nebraska is going to have to work hard to get those rotations early to beat out St. Ambrose. And you do see that Nebraska has the worst spawn, so they're going to have to overexert themselves just to take it over.
Yeah, St. Ambrose is going to be the team in the blue. Nebraska going to be the team in the white. And I mean, you definitely want to see Nebraska come out and hold these side spawns this time through. I mean, it's already going to be 3 down for Nebraska off the rip, so definitely not the worst start in the world for them.
Not the worst start of Trav, locking down these points. Sitting around with 74U. You take a look, big run through Boulevard. Cairo's going to get a huge pick into the mid windows. Zypho's going to go down, and we're going to flip these spawns. Still, Nebraska holding down time, which is big. It's a soak of time here, but Zyphos with some big kills on Boulevard to make sure that these .2 spawns are being held down.
And yeah, you can see player number 4, like you said, ATB is literally just sitting in the back right now. He just wants to make sure he's holding on to all these spawns. He should have a gunfight with player number 6, King Nando, very shortly. Both players are kind of just hovering around this door. They just want to make sure they're locking down these spawns. But on the other side, you have your 2 teammates in gray and Trav, and they're both just locking down the hills at the moment. And so far so good. But St. Ambrose are trying to set up a pinch coming in through the middle of the map. They can push out these spawns if they're able to find these kills early.
Well, Trav's gonna have a lot of company ahead of him. Kairos with a big pill now. Zyphos in gray to go big. Already securing the first. Screens. Big push. ATB with the crossfire. Nebraska only losing 1 so far. So good at the moment, but not getting any time here. Has to worry about the push through screens. Eric gonna push out to find Trav, but still Nebraska holding strong. Is starting to find this time as well.
I mean, I think we got to talk about Karios just a little bit here. Yes, they don't have the hold onto the hill, but Karios already started off 8-2, doing exactly what I said he needs to do. You can now... Kairos, I'm so sorry. And it looks like right now, St. Ambrose has decided they're just going to truck the rest of this hill. They're going to move on over towards the next. Now, what they have to be careful about is they can't let Nebraska push all the way through here and flip these spawns out and get early time on this. Otherwise, they can start to put this game away very, very early and run away with it.
A whole hard point ahead, Nebraska right now. Setting up for the rotation through checkers. 3 and 2 split with number 4 to break through. Ike, the first one there. Not only good for 1, so this is starting to be a good break. Kairos going big on the point for 2. St. Ambrose holding on, but ATB in the back spawn finds a big kill. Luckily, Ike is there to trade him out. St. Ambrose trying to go big here, but Nebraska just barely, just 1 kill away from breaking this.
Oh, but Nebraska's going to now have to funnel through. They can't really make a play for back spawns at this point. There's no point in doing it with only 30 seconds left unless they're able to completely flip out the spawns. But the gunfights in the back continuing to go into the favor of St. Ambrose, and they win them all. So that's it. This is going to be a full 64 St. Ambrose at this point. If you're Nebraska, there's no point of re-challenging this with 15 seconds left. Just move on over, set up for Boulevard. But you can already see St. Ambrose is over here as well. It's going to be a 2v2 for initial time.
Zyphos to the left. Ike. Big pick for Zyphos. Now has to worry about Max at the front of the hill. Oh, Max, the pure respect. Zyphos might get cut off from that. Max playing his time and waiting it out. Big pick for St. Ambrose now looking to flip this lead.
Yeah, St. Ambrose was able to get the full 60 on that back hill. You do have Nebraska spawning up on the side that they want at the moment, but it's just going to be a very tough hill right now for either team to get a lot of time on. Both teams are basically just spawning up to the east and the west of the hill, so it's just going to be everybody pushing in, contesting, just trying to find whatever time they can at the moment. Right now, it looks like Nebraska so far so good, just playing those head glitches on the other side through the doggy door. Travis is doing a great job laying down inside the hill right now. He is at 5 and 7, so kind of what we were expecting coming into this game, but I think if they really want to find success in this game, he's got to keep it to around a 1.0 KD.
Considering Nebraska only with a 10-point lead, and King Nando is 0 and 10 right now. Looking at him to pick it up in the second set of rotations, and that might be St. Ambrose to kind of to push into this. So we got King Nando on our screen here, looking to lock down some time, looking to pick it up. Only 26 seconds as well, so he hasn't been that OBJ player cruise. It's going to be crucial for the second set of rotations.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. King Nando, he normally is the OBJ player on this team as well, averaging around 130 seconds inside the hill. So the fact that he is 0 and 11 right now and not getting any time, definitely not what you want to see for the side of St. Ambrose. But the fact that he is 0 and 11 and they are still in this game just goes to show you that if they can get a nice quick break in here at some point through the second set of the rotations, they can absolutely claw their way back into this game. You can see Nebraska already putting a ton of focus on those right side spawns. So I mean, if St. Ambrose, they weren't able to break it the last time, so they might want to try to push through and try to get this hill very soon.
When you look at this one-on-one off screen, 5 and 4 in the back. Ike actually just barely missing some timing on ATB. And that's going to spawn number 1, Zyphos, all the way out in escalators. So this is St. Ambrose's chance to flip the spawns. They just got to take out ATB in the back. Ike with some poor timing still. I don't know if this is poor timing or blessed timing.
I think he's just hiding right now, honestly. They were getting north and south spawn, so he didn't want to push himself out too much there because he didn't want to push into the hill, give away his positioning. Unfortunately, he does end up falling in the back, but 2 players are still down in that boulevard for St. Ambrose, so if they can now set up a pinch inside this hill, but player number 4 for the side of St. Ambrose will spawn up in the back, and that should continue to support the spawn for St. Ambrose out on this hill.
ATB and turret in the back line finds Ike. Kairos has to challenge this, but not missing right now. ATB, nice transition. Gray losing the one-on-one on the point, so it's going to leave it uncontested at the moment. Trav looking to clean this up. Let's talk about King Nano. Just got his first pick as well. Make it a second one. Trav holding the front line right to his left. Should tag this up, but King Nano's giving it up. 17 seconds going to go for the scrap time. You're looking at the rotations for P2.
Okay, this is almost identical to last rotation. We saw all the side of Nebraska win this second hill. Then we flipped over towards this third hill. What happens? St. Ambrose gets a full 60. They are now trying to move over and set up for the full 60. This time, the difference, though, is player 1 and 4, Zyphos and ATP, flipping through the back. Now they have to win all the gunfights back here. If they can, this should surely sell disastrous for St. Ambrose.
Oh, he has some help here. ATP doesn't even notice. 3 go down for Nebraska. St. Ambrose holds strong, and this is exactly where St. Ambrose brought it back last time, like you said. Kairos on the corner this time instead of Ike. Nice nade right onto Trav. Gonna take one out. Zyphos around the corner for more. Kairos so patient right now. 18 and 8. Has some teammates to help him out. Still playing his life around. Finally breaking through, though. Nebraska through the back line. And the spawn still favoring St. Ambrose.
Oh, I mean, do we ever have a heater on us for game 1 right now? Only 20 seconds separating these two teams, and it's probably going to get broken to around 5 at the end of this hill if Trav gets found here by Ike. He does. Ike on 5 in a row, playing to try to get these next set of streaks. He's only 2 off of getting the artillery barrage, and if he grabs that, it's only 1 kill away from that cruise missile.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Ike, definitely. Into this next hill. He's going to have Zyphos close to him. Front of the hill, though. Trav soaking up the time. Split at both ends. King Nando didn't see ATP, so still gonna be Nebraska on the point. Ike makes his way through, has the artillery strike in hand as well. So scrappy on this point 4 hill, and Ike is gonna invest the artillery strike as well.
Yeah, I like this play to invest the artillery strike here, actually. Neither team had really a good amount of control here. Now St. Ambrose can push in, get a good setup here. I'm not sure I like where he was just laying down there, kind of just giving himself up to the other team, but he does find the final streak, and now he can push out, play his life a little bit less, and just kind of challenge gunfights once again.
Take a look at the rotation as well. You got number 7 picking up the point 2 spawn. So St. Ambrose going to be flipping this. It's a very different setup than we did see last time around, but the kills are going the way of Nebraska. So if Gray can find this kill into Kairos, it's going to be huge for Nebraska in the end of it, but he instead dictates to go around to Courtyard, gets in behind Ike, shuts him down. Nebraska looking to get as much time as they can for this point 1.
Yeah, but St. Ambrose will continue to spawn up on Kairos, so they hold those spawns for P2, but I mean, they don't want to give Nebraska too much time here on P1. Nebraska can put this game pretty close to out of reach. They're about to mask that 200-point mark right now. They finally do, and they can still get another 30 on this hill if they continue to hold this down right. So if they can hold this for 30, maybe make that second hill a little bit scrappy and then hold down 3, they can absolutely put this game away.
Well, right now, Nebraska is setting up for pinch through screens. Yeah, number 2 pushing for the spawn. Going to have a big lineup, but right now a scrimmage on point for the rest of this scrap time. Gray walks right into Kairos, still comes out with the win. 2 kills to the favor of Nebraska. It's going to force St. Ambrose to look for point 2 now. They have to clean up Trav here, and Trav unaware of this positioning. They cross each other, and he's going to drop to Ike. Oh, big Trav wins right now from back and forth, and Max looking to hold it down, but still Nebraska fighting through with the majority trades. It's an absolute bloodbath, but Nebraska is just somehow coming out in the scrappy, chaotic fights.
Yeah, Nebraska's trying to hold this from the back right now, and from the front right now, and if they can absolutely win the game on this hill. Only 20 seconds away, but you can now see St. Ambrose trying to push in from the front. Ike gonna choose to invest the second streak. Doesn't find anything with it, though, but it forces the players on the side of Nebraska to push back into the hill, but they push out and get back on. They can still win on this hill, Seymour.
They definitely can. Ike has to be the hero. Does exactly that. Breaks not even for the second on the ATV. That's absolutely huge now. It's going to force another hard point, and now the race is on. You look at the mini-map. 4 players of Nebraska racing to this P3 spawn.
These kills coming in from Kairos are going to be so huge here. He has to find 2 at least in this. He's going to find Gray pushing towards the library, not able to find the kill, but he's able to pick
a team kill.
Team kill comes through.
Max on the point. Trav over his head. Just playing basically whack-a-mole right now. A contestation, only 14 seconds left for Nebraska to win this. So
Correct.
St. Ambrose has to get in. Kairos with a big kill. King Nando in the back to break it. St. Ambrose with the collapse. And that's Nebraska losing the point.
Oh my God, they can't win on this hill though. Nando with a huge flank through the back. He's able to find 2 kills, break the spawns from the side of Nebraska, and get into the hill. But now Nebraska trying to fight him from the front again. If they can break onto this hill, they can still put it away here.
I mean, Zyphos gets on there, trapped with a big win in the back. Now they flip it on its head once more. Still aware Library might be occupied, but Ike is going to let them know that the fight is coming from escalators. Nebraska only needs 3 points. That's going to do it for game 1. Nebraska commits to P3 Fountain, and they are going to take this map 1 against St. Ambrose, a map that we said was going to be a big win if Nebraska could take it. And honestly, it was close. But this is so significant to the rest of the series.
Oh my God. What a map 1 we just witnessed. Like, if this is how the rest of the series is going to be, that's going to be absolutely insane. What a very scrappy game. You can't even say that one team really had a more dominant game than the other team in terms of where they were pushing, what hills they were holding, because it was kind of felt like it was just being flipped constantly back and forth for both teams. And like we said going into this, Nebraska, that was a must-win map in my opinion.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
search and destroy record looks significantly better than the side of St. Ambrose. So the fact that now they take a respawn, they might even be able to put this one away in 4.
I honestly, I have to say though, if in the sense that it was so close, if this goes to a map 4 cruise, King Nando picks it up a little bit, different outcome. I mean, like he was just that outlier there. He was 8-28, something like 8-28 towards the end of that hard point. And it's just something you can't do right now. Everything is on the line for your team in the regional qualifiers. Now we're moving to raid, search, and destroy, something that's going to be a lot slower of a pace. And this is going to be a big bounce back. My eyes are going to be on King Nando to kind of run this one back for Search.
My bad. I did not mean that they could win it in 4. I totally meant that they might have a chance to win this one in 3. The search and destroy record looking a lot better for
Oh, yeah.
Nebraska than the other side. Now, the interesting thing, yes, we will get to the control in a little bit, but I think the most interesting thing about this whole series could end up being that control. That control, St. Ambrose is 1-1 on that control map. The only win that they have on that map is going against Nebraska. But Nebraska,
Oh,
since that loss, 6-0 on that map as well. So that's that map could absolutely be a heater. Now we got to look into towards the search and destroy though. St. Ambrose coming in to raid search and destroy 3-2 on the map. Nebraska coming in with a 2-0, but they've also only played the last 2 weeks.
it's going to be interesting if we go to that map 3. A little bit of a mental game, knowing that St. Ambrose is the only one to take that map off of you. But like you said, before we get to control, we have to go through search. And now St. Ambrose looking for a bounce back right now to even up this series. What do they need to do early in this game to switch the momentum?
Well, you were highlighting King Nando, and I'm actually highlighting the exact same player going into search and destroy. 0.84 KD on his team right now, the lowest one out of everybody. Everybody else is sitting right around a 1. So it's really going to come down to him to pick it up here in search and destroy. Find these trades, especially on raid. If he can maybe even just sit at around a 1.0 KD, I feel like they have a decent chance of being able to pick up this map win still. And I mean, they are 2-3, so probably one of their better raid, one of their better search and destroy maps looking at overall record. So I think if this is going to be it, I think it absolutely stands on the back of King Mando. He needs to pick it up from that first game.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know that the rest of your team is going to be going bonkers on the site. I mean, you saw Ike; he got streaks. He got both artillery and cruise in that hard point, and they were still not able to take the map win. Now, granted, the artillery strike was used properly. The cruise missile, I would say that it could have been used a little bit better in that sense. But now you're going to a situation where you need Ike and you need Max on the assault rifles as well to just kind of go ham on a map like Raid, because Raid is going to be so big for those first bloods. And and honestly, providing that support, King Nando might need those ARs to help him get into those situations.
Absolutely, especially on a map like Raid, like you said, there's always those long lines of sight, whether you're pushing over towards the ring side of the map or over towards the water side of the map. If you can gun a player out of top bedroom with one of those ARs, it can absolutely just be the difference maker in a round, if we're being completely honest. And the same goes for over by laundry side. If you can pick the defensive player that's sitting in laundry out of laundry, it almost guarantees you an open bomb site to get the bomb down over there. So, like you said, yes, the submachine gun in King Nando is going to be huge for playing that objective role and trying to keep it up. But it's really going to be the ARs that counteract the pacing on this map.
Oh, for sure. And we are going to be hopping into Raid Search and Destroy for map number 2. These teams are ready. Like I said, prior to the St. Ambrose looking to bounce back and even up this series. Nebraska Esports trying to keep their series momentum and lead into a 2-0 pushing into this control. But honestly, it's a toss-up right now. I mean, St. Ambrose, they definitely can pull out with a win over in Nebraska in the Search and Destroy. You just need to see some players heat up and the ARs continue raining terror. We're going to be hopping in with Gray for Nebraska starting this attack.
So I mean, as much as we said that this is going to be that first map was a must win for Nebraska, I would say now this is going to be a must win for the side of St. Ambrose. They got to pick it up here. You can already see Nebraska. They're trying to work their way towards this B side. Travis getting very aggressive on the side. He's going to get first blooded, but King Nando falls off the map. It's going to be a 2 versus 3 on the site.
Okay, Nando doing his best cosplay of Clayster out here for St. Ambrose, or for St. Ambrose, the only player to go down so far. Gray caught between a rock and a hard place. Max to his right and Ike to his left. Finally going to leave ATB all alone. Lets his position be known. Bomb is in an unfortunate situation. Ike's going to go for the challenge and even come out with the win. St. Ambrose, a big momentum break into this Search and Destroy.
That they needed that first round. This sets the pacing for the entire map. Even with their player falling off the map, they're able to find that first blood, open it up, and really they just played the number advantage after that and just won all their individual gunfights. They weren't even really playing for trades, but it just worked out for them time and time again. Ike, you can see that final kill coming into that last play. Nice little shots at the 74U to finish it off. And I gotta say, man, I like what you did there with the rock and the hard place when he was beside the rock. Very nice catch on that one. I will say.
You caught that. I'm glad you caught that. Definitely tried to kind of throw that one in there to see if it would sneak on in, but definitely St. Ambrose looking to keep this going. King Nando bomb in hand. Let's see if he can keep himself on the map this time.
Yep. You can see the bomb again for the side of St. Ambrose. They're trying to move over towards this B side, but 2 players are here for Nebraska at the moment. And they're going to take some shots into Nando, and he gets first blooded again by himself. Back-to-back rounds killing himself.
He's just down bad right now. Ice going to recover the bomb. St. Ambrose looking to equalize at the moment. Max sitting inside.
Did he just catch the worst timing in the world? Do you not see Zyphos up top? Max. Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, like, come on. I know we got the X-ray vision, but it was pretty obvious up there.
Oh, and even a second one, a big pickup too from Ike to put that bomb down. Trav's gonna fall, leaving Gray all alone here, and he's caught off on this flank. St. Ambrose pull out even with King Nando dropping himself in that first blood situation.
In both rounds.
In both rounds, the assault rifles, like we said, they're gonna be huge, and they're coming up huge in these first 2 starters.
Yeah, so far they are coming through exactly the way we said. Now, I will say, we were highlighting King Nando going into this. Back-to-back rounds killing himself. Definitely not how he wanted to start off this game, but luckily for him, his teammates pulling it off. Nobody on the side of Nebraska even with a kill yet. So, technically, 2 clean rounds for St. Ambrose if you don't count him killing himself twice.
Oh, Max! What is that? 3 players, line up, put them down. We talked about a Clayster cosplay. How about an Optic cosplay? ATB left alone at a sudden sight. And Max looking for an ace. 5-0, let me tell you.
Why you got to do me like that with the Optic cosplay, dude? Oh man, that down bad from that for sure. ATB by himself here in a 1 versus 4. This is not a great situation for him to be in. Max is trying to just hunt this down and get this final kill. I'd like to see one of the players rotate over to Max and try to bait for him here for this last kill, so he can try to get some shots in, try to get that 6th round, because I mean streaks can be so huge on this map, especially in Search and Destroy.
ATB looking for any hope to shut down maybe a streak, to make it a 1v3. He's got 34 seconds left to do some damage to the St. Ambrose squad. I'm not sure if they know exactly where he is. They probably heard the slide. Kairos creeping closely to that, and Nando watching over his shoulder. Cleaned up by Nando to find his first kill in this game. Staying on the map, let me tell you, as well. And at that, with Nando getting that kill. Wow. With Nando getting that kill, though, Cruz, St. Ambrose, they're on a 12 kill streak.
Yeah, they have not fallen one time yet,
except for Nando.
So is it opposite day today? Like we were looking at this coming through and saying that Nebraska needed to win the hard point. They won the hard point. St. Ambrose needs to win the search, and they're up 3-0 here in 3 very convincing rounds. You can't even say that it's been very close at all. So, I mean, they definitely are going to need to pick it up here. And again, another first blood going to go the way of St. Ambrose, and really nobody there to trade it once again. It just feels like they're just losing individual gunfights time and time again. Here we go with Ike on 6 in a row now. You got 2 players who are trying to get streaks for the side of St. Ambrose.
Gray didn't check inside of Art, and it walks right past Ike, giving up his kill. Now that leaves the A site completely open for a plant. Both players on Nebraska stuck to the B side of the map. You have to find a kill at this point. They have to find a kill to pull us back. That's their start to this round. It's what will bring them back into this retake.
I almost feel like this is going to sound really, really bad because they're down 3-0, but I almost feel like this is a round where maybe you throw it away and you don't over challenge this. You just try to get a couple kills here and not try to go for a bomb defuse.
There you go.
Zyphos is able to get 1. If they can find 1 more, maybe that's when you start to try to contest for it. But like, you really don't want to feed streaks here. I feel like feeding streaks would be the worst case scenario at this moment, especially with 2 players on 6.
That's such a big kill. Almost finding the second. If Ike goes down there, that's no streaks, but Ike gets the artillery strike. He pulls off this kill, and if Ike drops there, negating the streaks, whether you lose the round or not, that would have been such a huge kill.
Yeah, damn. So that's very unfortunate. He actually almost turned up big enough for his team. He shuts down the first streak onto Max, couldn't turn it around and kill Nando in the back. Or sorry, kill I can't speak, Ike in the back. So Ike is still going to be on that 7 spree with the chance to be able to find the cruise missile now. And I mean, somebody else on the side of Nebraska has to pick it up beside Zyphos. There needs to be some kills coming through. This is a must-win round. You definitely don't want to go down 5.
Well, we talked about the ARs of St. Ambrose. Now you got to see the ARs of Nebraska. The follow-up. I mean, you have Zyphos already picking up a few kills, but now it's just ATV has to be that one to pull a few first bloods in this sense. And you take a look. They have forward pressure onto B. Split push through pillars. Trav and Gray in really unfortunate position. Both of them going to be stacked on top of each other. And the splash damage from the nades just keeping them so scared.
Yeah, they're just playing very, very slow on this offense. St. Ambrose has every sight line covered. ATB does find the first blood, though. That is huge. He gets traded out very, very quickly, though, here in this round. So it's going to be a 3 versus 3. Nebraska still choosing to work towards this B site at the moment, but you can see 2 players now going towards mid. I'm not sure if they spotted out Ike. I believe so now. If they haven't, they have now.
Honestly, if I was Ike, I would back up and commit a streak. You have that cruise missile now. Commit a streak. Trav picks up a big kill. And now Kairos, just stay alive. Let Ike play for a streak here. 17 seconds. You can definitely shut this down. Trav 1v1. Ike inside the pool. Trav's committing to the plant. No, he's not. Go for the kill. St. Ambrose around the corner. Off the back, some big plays from Ike. Not just finding streaks in the hard point, but the search and destroy as well. What is team on his back right now?
Ike absolutely didn't even need to challenge that last gunfight once he saw the player pop up behind the bomb without the bomb in his hand. He could have just ran away, but he's feeling so confident right now at 10-0. And I mean, I'd be taking that gunfight as well at 10-0. Let's be honest. Finding themselves up 5-0 here on the raid search and destroy, completely flipping this series on its head from where we thought it was going to go. And St. Ambrose, they're trying to make a statement to us right now. At least Ike is, on why this team has gotten much improved at search and destroy.
Shriek. Cruise missile already on Trav. Knows where Gray is. Can you curve the missile? You cannot, and Gray actually seeps in and finds a double kill. So it's even 2v2. Max and Ike versus Gray and Zyphos. Probably 2 of the best players on each team. And Gray with a huge kill. He's on his 3rd, playing for an ace right now. Ike 11-0. They gotta shut him down here. And he might have some good timing.
Oh, but he chose to wrap out with it. So he's not going to catch the timing. Chooses to rotate back, grab the bomb. He still has this artillery as well, so he can ping it in spot where these 2 players are.
Look, both of these players on Nebraska dedicate themselves to the A site, and once again, missing out on some timing here. Both teams, Gray and Zyphos rotating to B. Well, Ike, he's going to meet them there. Okay, so he's got the Craig 6. Both players on a split angle. Gray's going to get spotted out. Zyphos for the peak. Zyphos goes down. Gray has to get the ace here to keep Nebraska Esports in this game. And Ike is going to play on this bomb, setting up for the plant. Gray spots him out and takes him down. Nebraska's still alive.
Nebraska able to close that one out. I mean, how many times is Gray going to be able to get an ace in this game right now, right? So, like we said, we need players to step up on the side of Nebraska. Gray steps up this round. He's going to need some help from his teammates in the further rounds if they want to be able to complete this comeback. It is only a 5-1 though, so I mean it's going to need to take a pretty monumental breakdown from the side of St. Ambrose for them to lose this one.
Well, you didn't just get the clutch, you also got a streak out of St. Ambrose, so you can look on the bright side if you're Gray.
That's true. Gray also on 4 in a row now. I mean, like maybe if he finds streaks, they have a chance to come back into this as well. We saw that first streak not really come to full tuition from Ambrose, didn't really find too much out of it. So definitely not the worst. It looks like they're trying to bait out a streak right now as well. They don't want to overcommit onto the B side and get streaked on here. But I mean, what they're doing right now is just giving up so much map control to the side of St. Ambrose that it's going to be very hard for them to even push out of this garage area.
Even with the artillery strike, look how aggressive Ike is on this corner. So if he somehow gets dropped first, that means the artillery strike won't get to be played in this round.
The 4-man hit's coming in.
The B hit is going to be the site, and Ike hasn't got the communication just yet on what's happening. Might get some good timing, though. Stunned up. He has to run for his life, and he goes down. No streaks.
So this would be the round that Nebraska has a very good shot of winning now. They don't have to worry about the streaks. They know Ike is down. They find another kill on ATB, and now they just need to push up, get the bomb down over on this B site.
4v2. Kairos and Max. Kairos goes down to Zyphos. All up to Max now. 7-3. Looking for perfect. Already secures 1 kill onto ATV. But look, Gray is committed to Kitchen. All 3 players of Nebraska right now in individual gunfights so far. Gray spots him out. Max almost takes the kill, but still Nebraska wins out on their second round, still staying alive in this, starting their comeback. But let me tell you how dangerous that would have been if they were giving him 3 separate one-on-ones.
I didn't notice. Did Gray find another kill in that round?
He did. He found the last one, so he's on 5.
He's on 5. So I mean, they still do definitely have a shot in this. If he can find streaks, it absolutely gives them a better shot. But he's not even running a second streak. He only has the artillery on. Oh, I feel like that's a big blunder at this point for him as well.
I think
either way,
the situation you're in, you'd take anything.
That's true. That's true as well. You can see the A hit's coming in from the side of St. Ambrose. You got 3 players there, only 1 for the side of Nebraska, just really playing in the back of basketball right now. Okay, ATB. All right, dude. My dude's playing hoops right now in the side.
I know this was the 2K league for collegiate.
Oh my god. You can see they're trying to make their way up onto this A site right now, but they're playing it very, very slowly. I'm interested to see if Ike is going to invest the streak in this round or not. He is just playing as the furthest one back, learning from his mistakes from last round. Zyphos is able to find a first blood on the Max, though.
What was that pick from Bank? They're feeding Zyphos kills right now. 2 players down from St. Ambrose. Ike and Kairos now. And the bomb is down as well. It's a big kill, though. Brings it back a little bit. A timeout for one of these teams. So now it's a 2v2. Player on Nebraska had a timeout, so 2v2 on the map. Very unfortunate, but this is a situation you got to play in. Kairos picks up the bomb. Doesn't go down either. 12 seconds to drop it. Has to play for the A site.
And the player that timed out was on 5 in a row.
Oh. That was great. Bomb goes down. Ike watching over. Zyphos keeping it going. 1v1 now. ATB versus Ike. The Iceman of Ike. He's got that artillery strike. 34 seconds. He can run for the hills and ping it. This should be game.
Just don't do it clean up, shit. Check the bomb, please. That was...
Oh, Ike. He's in perfect positioning here. ATB has to come up with some magic. Not even going to check the bedroom. St. Ambrose gifted this victory off of a timeout from Gray. So unfortunate from Nebraska. You have to give Gray some props for that, but we're tied 1-1.
Dude, you got to think if Gray doesn't lag out of that round, there is a very good chance they're in a 3v2 on a post, like taking the post plant back, trying to take a retake. That absolutely, and he was on 5 in a row. If he finds one of those two kills there, he could absolutely have found that streak and maybe clawed the side of St. Ambrose back into that game. You just got to think that's so unfortunate. But for the side of St. Ambrose, we said it was a map they needed to win after losing that first map, and they pull it off. Yes, they It was getting scary for a little bit
Oh
there,
yeah.
but they pulled it off. They tie up our series at 1-1. Now we got to look forward towards this checkmate control.
I mean, we're calling it scary, but it was
I
5 to
was
2.
scared. No, I was
It
scared.
was 5 to 2.
I was
And I
scared
mean,
though.
if they did find that rounds, maybe some momentum was being gained. But Ike, he was 13 and 2 at the end of it. I'm pretty sure finishing off 14 and 2. So he had a great showing in this map number 2. Map 3 control is going to be coming up. A big swing round for both of these teams. We're going to head to a quick break before that, though. So stay tuned for some more regional qualifiers between St. Ambrose and Nebraska Esports. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CCL Bravo Stream Regional Qualifiers match number 1 between St. Ambrose and Nebraska Esports. Crews, you had the right word to say for it. It must be opposite day because we started off with Nebraska taking the hard point, which was totally unorthodox, and then St. Ambrose doing the exact same thing and taking the surge. So now we're hopping into control, a 1-1 tie, and one of these teams looking for the lead in this really weird series.
I mean, absolutely a very weird series. I think one thing that we said going into this too was that we thought that the control really could end up being the swing mode here. Now, the last time these two teams played on checkmate control, it was St. Ambrose coming away with a 3-0 victory. But since that 3-0 victory, St. Ambrose is only 1-1 on this map and mode combo. Nebraska Esports 6-1, only lost coming to St. Ambrose. So they definitely
Okay.
have the reps in now. They absolutely have every chance in the world to come through and take this map away from St. Ambrose.
And it's going to be big too because you're going into checkmate control as well. And St. Ambrose, your assault rifle players. I mean, Ike was popping off on raid search and destroy. So he's going to be showing up. You know that he's going to be there. But also, St. Ambrose, your assault rifle players were showing some good strengths. And that's going to be really important going into checkmate control. So when you're moving into it, St. Ambrose, they might have the less reps on this map. But right away, what are you looking at them for it to turn this one around?
I'm still looking at the same player we've been looking at all day, and it's got to be King Nando.
Oh, yeah.
Nando absolutely has to pick it up. That first map, that they almost won that game, and he started 0-13. So they need a
Haunting.
better showing out of him in respawn modes, especially because he's running that SMG. He's going to be fighting for that top lane control time and time again, and it's really going to come down to if he can win those battles on if they're able to win this map.
And it's one thing we were seeing at a Toronto Ultra yesterday against Atlanta FaZe when you were watching their control on checkmate. Is there that every single time on attack that we were seeing, these teams were doing a good job at clearing out their spawns, making sure that they had the ability to leave their spawns before going in and taking control of these sites. So really looking at the submachine guns of King Nando and Ike to make sure that they have that awareness out. They're not really pushing the lanes until they know they're safe to kind of push those lanes. So definitely going to keep my eyes on them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a big thing for us to touch on here too is yes, a couple weeks ago, St. Ambrose did 3-0 Nebraska. But I think the other thing is, I think checkmate control plays very different than it did a couple weeks ago as well. You're seeing a lot more offenses won on this map now than before. Defenses still, yes, do reign strong. And if you can put the defense in that, or if as a defender, you can put the offense in that spawn trap, you can absolutely still run away with rounds. But I mean, I really feel like this could still be anybody's game here.
Oh, definitely. I think so as well. And these teams just about ready to get into this checkmate control. We're going to be hopping in to the plane garage out here. Air Force One ahead of you. Kairos and Co. St. Ambrose on attack. Nebraska on defense. Take it away.
Nebraska, they gotta just wipe that last map from their memory and just go back into this one full. I was about to say full sail, but full ready to go. And they absolutely need to try to pick up this first defensive win. I feel like it's going to be so important for them setting the pace here in this game. So you can already see St. Ambrose starting off with a pretty good round here, able to grab a couple kills over towards this A site and hop on in. But Zyphos is there to find two and shut it down for the time being. Like will hop onto the hill for the side of St. Ambrose, and I mean they already got a tick in. They might be able to get two.
Well, still it's going to be a little slow with one player. Gray making sure nobody can come to the assistance of Ike, but Ike wins his one-on-one. Gray goes down. The collapse comes out. So they're able to negate the second tick of progression. Nebraska only holding on to that one. Nando now. The player you highlighted. He's going to have himself on the site, stopping the clock, collecting these points. And Nebraska, St. Ambrose, yeah, they're stacking it, ready for the second tick.
And they almost got the first tick over towards B as well. Not going to finish out though, but this A zone will get captured, so that's going to give them an extra minute on the clock now to be able to push over and grab this B site. You can see Max underneath the plane is trying to push over towards B as well. He's going to be the first line from the side of St. Ambrose to push on into this hill. But really right now for them, they don't have a ton of map control. They just have to push out to the plane, win their one-on-ones, pick up a couple kills, get some map control before you really decide to hop onto the B, and they have more than enough time to try to do that.
And Trav goes down to Nando. 2-2 at the moment. Trophies down on the site. St. Ambrose setting up to stack it. Gray gets punched from behind by Ike, and Ike is just raining terror underneath this plane at the moment. Luckily, Nebraska does stabilize Zyphos with a double kill, so St. Ambrose gonna have to wait a little bit before they can get any more time on this site. Nebraska holding on right now, and minute 30 on this site. Can't actually tell who has
yeah,
what
we can't. Unfortunately, we can't see the live count right now because of the overlay. Unfortunately, that beautiful CCL overlay. It's a 13-13 tie. Thank you so much, Connie. You beautiful being, you coming through, our producer. And so I mean, if they're tied up this close right now, it's still absolutely doable for the side of St. Ambrose. They just need to be able to push out. Ike, unfortunately, going to get stuck in the top plane. But Nebraska's just doing a great job right now of holding on towards this top plane control and just shutting down any push from St. Ambrose that they try to do. I think the furthest player forward right now is player number 4, and he's going to have to try to shoot some of these players in the back from Nebraska that are in his spawn right now.
And Nando, a little bit unaware. Gray loses out to Kairos, so St. Ambrose, they have to clear this plane control if they want to set up on this B site. Trap 1 and 5. Player around him. Kairos gets rid of the trophy system. And Travi wins out on that kill, so still holding on playing control. 3 players go down for St. Ambrose. A big break from Nebraska. Now no respawns for St. Ambrose. They got to run for this. They have to be careful because they don't have any lives in their bank. And ATB with a cross angle onto Zyphos. Max not spawning out on him. 16 seconds left. Max is down. Only 2 players left. Zyphos with 2. Kairos left all alone. 11 seconds left to make the magic happen. But only so much you can do on a map like Checkmate right now, especially when there's still some respawns out in the banks of Nebraska. So Kairos just looking to do some damage.
Yeah, it was a really good first offensive round from the side of Nebraska. They give up that first point. The side of St. Ambrose, they had, what, 2 minutes to try to cap that second point, and a good 2-minute hold coming in from the side of Nebraska. And I can't remember what the life lead was at the end of the round there, but it was it still had to have been a pretty good amount. I think they were at 8 to like the 4 of the side of St. Ambrose when St. Ambrose was on their last set of life. So definitely a decent amount of life lead going in towards this next round. And I mean, if you're Nebraska Esports, you definitely want to try to pull this game off heading into another hard point after this one.
I couldn't agree more. And what more than to string together a defense and an attacking round? Looking like the A side is there. Gray gonna be a little bit risky. Run right across the middle of the map. Ike was the forward positioning. Trav finds a big kill off of that. So Gray picks up this kill onto Ike. Is gonna give the real estate to the A site. Plane control as well. Zyphos is headhunting. This is some good control right now from Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska, they're going to stack onto this A-hill. First tick comes on through. Gray gets into a little bit of a 1v1 there, but all the kills are going to go in the way of St. Ambrose for the time being. They shut it down. They find Zyphos in the base as well, so that's going to be a 4-man dead. And now if you're St. Ambrose, you just have to move forward. You got to get a lot of map control out of this, but nobody's moving forward. They're kind of just sitting back. They absolutely had an opportunity there to push all the way forward and take a ton of map control away from the side of Nebraska, but it actually turns out being the opposite. After getting 4-man wipe, Nebraska now pushes in, and they have full map control going back on their side.
They neglected Max, though, and Max was able to pick up 2 kills, working alongside Kairos to shut down this attack once more. Still no forward positioning, still respecting Nebraska. Lives even at this scene at the moment for both squads, but Ike finally breaks on through, shuts down for a couple spawn kills. Zyphos and Gray turning up huge for Nebraska on point, gaining some progression on B, but now big ol' Ike here to look to clean this point out. Zyphos left all alone on the boxes. Ike gets in behind. He's on a 4 spree at the moment. 21 seconds, sorry. And then the ATB is going to stop the clock.
And they're already setting up a pinch again onto this A site right now. They know they've got B control. Second tick does come in, so Nebraska might just be able to do it, but Max over to the top. He's able to get 1. Trades do come through, though, for the side of St. Ambrose. It's going to be a 1-on-1 for the hill, and Kairos is going to pick it up again.
That's some magic right there. Zyphos, can he be the hero of this story? Clears the point, stops the clock. Max is down on a 3-spree, make it 4-spree. At that, Zyphos is going to collect this time. He's going to bump the clock up a whole minute. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Lives are even. Nebraska with some big white kills at the moment, and now they have to stack the point.
They've already shut this down. Nebraska is up 3 lives currently, and they're already stacking onto this hill. They've got the first tick, second tick coming in very, very shortly. You can see the
ATB!
Ambrose were up top. They were trying to shut it down, making the flank play. Max is the only player left. He falls. This has got to be for sure the second tick in for the side of St. Ambrose.
Look how far Zyphos is. He's set up for spawn kills. Takes out Kairos and Max. Can he get Kairos again? What a nuisance. How annoying would this be? Zyphos is still alive back there. You're not getting any progression at the moment if you are Nebraska, but St. Ambrose definitely stuck in a very uncomfortable positioning. Trav gonna drop another one. He's gonna keep this time ticking. Gray with a big kill. Can Gray turn up big? Now Kairos shuts him down. And that is gonna be point control back to St. Ambrose.
Yeah, but St. Ambrose has no respawns remaining. Only 3 lives left, and they have to deal with 10 lives on the side of Nebraska.
Max, so big, so clean. Down to 3 players, though. Gray goes down a trade, though. Kairos left all alone. Zyphos is behind him. A successful attacking round. And how annoying is that, Nebraska? Zyphos just in your spawn, raining terror like he did. I'm pretty sure he got streaks as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he picked up both streaks. Oh my god, poor Kairos. He's gonna be the first and the last kill on this kill cam, I think. Oh, that's the worst. those are those down bad moments that you absolutely hate to get. But Zyphos, man, in this series, he has been absolutely going off for the side of Nebraska. What is he right now? 27-11. What a crazy game for him through 2 rounds. He has 27 kills through 2 rounds, Seymour.
He was a big player in the hardpoint that they won on Moscow as well, so not surprising me that the AR is turning up on a map like Checkmate. But to be this big, though, crazy stats for Zyphos right now. Props to him. Double streaks, an A-hit right now. Nando gets ripped off a head glitch by ATB, and already stunting the attack from St. Ambrose.
Now, I'm interested to see if they even choose to use the streaks here on this defense. They might choose to not use them and save them just in case they end up going towards some later rounds and just try to get this one done with gun skill alone. That's what I would probably do, but, you know, I'm also just a caster, so what do I really know at the end of the day? But we're going to see them all just trying to push out. Nebraska has full playing control once again. We saw this in their last defense as well, and it just made it so hard for the side of St. Ambrose to be able to hop on and capture the hills.
Trey up close and personal. Made it completely personal with Nando. In the back, nobody knows he's there. Make it 3. Can he make it a 4th onto Kairos? Not a chance. Kairos a little bit too hot to let that happen. He combines for 2. Gives St. Ambrose an opening, but this might go to time. 25 seconds left, and Kairos finds Trav. Oh, he's got to clean that one up. Stops the clock on the B site.
They're on both. Oh, they do get shut down on A, though, so it's really just going to come down to them if they can hold here onto A, and of course, it's Kairos once again. He's able to find it, but he does finally fall. Clock will continue to run down here. St. Ambrose, they need to touch onto this A point. It's looking like Ike should be able to hop on and at least shut the clock down for the time being, but it's Gray right there again, shutting it down. Only 6 seconds left.
You're not even having to use the streaks at this point. 5 seconds. Kairos has to touch down on one of these sites. Going to go for the B. Stops the clock in a second. 0.6. Zyphos cleans him up. What an animal is himself. Cleans up Nando as well. Nebraska completes the 3-0 on checkmate control. And they move up in this series. Win the swing map. Leading the series 2-1 now.
Oh my god. An absolute reversal of the last time we've seen these two teams play. This series, I feel like it's just really up in the air right now. It's anybody's series, man.
I mean, Nebraska, we talked about them, that they had to switch something up with the respawns, and so they did. It's exactly what they're doing here. They're absolutely insane right now, and Zyphos is the animal leading the charge.
Zyphos, I don't know what he ate this morning, but he is on one right now. He was the player we were highlighting coming in towards the search and destroy, and he's carried it all the way over towards this control. A 3-0 going the way of Nebraska. And I think that just sets them up for a very good shot at winning this series. The fact of how good they are at checkmate, search, and destroy, and the fact that they were even able to beat St. Ambrose on it the last time through. So if we do end up going the distance, Nebraska absolutely has every chance in the world to win this series, but we got to look towards this checkmate hardpoint. And if you're St. Ambrose, you got to be having a talk with King Nando right now. He had another really rough map there, and you can't help but feeling once you die 20 times in 3 rounds of a control, you're hurting your team.
Well, he's been having a couple rough maps at that now. Granted, he did kind of get saved by his team on the Search and Destroy, but now that has to turn around because Search and Destroy is a different ballpark than these respawn maps, and you can't be giving up these lives like you're saying. You're headed back to checkmate where Zyphos he's having a field day right now. This is his playground with the assault rifle. I have to see Kairos continue his reign on the side of St. Ambrose to match Zyphos there. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Kairos for the side of St. Ambrose. It's going to be a big player now to send us to a map 5.
Yeah, he absolutely has to. It's going to be an AR battle this entire last map, and we know that going into checkmate right now. It's 100% one of those maps where your ARs absolutely need to be locking down lanes time and time again. And like you said, Kairos has been that guy for St. Ambrose all year. 1.86 hardpoint KD. He needs to keep it up, and he needs to put the team on his back if they want to continue here in the CCL playoffs.
Definitely. And when you're looking at the initial breaks, talk about this hardpoint map a little bit. Talk about checkmate, the way it flows. What are you looking at for St. Ambrose to give us that map 5?
They, if they don't start on the good side, I feel like you absolutely need to find a lot of time in that top lane just to kind of even out how strong that second hill really can be. You can absolutely lock down a lot of times on it. Rotations are going to be everything on this map. And if we look back at that first map, their rotations weren't really the issue. It's just they were kind of getting broken on their early
Yeah.
rotations. So I think the big focus for St. Ambrose going into this map is going to be just holding down spawns, keeping their side, and just not getting broken when they do choose to give up and set up early.
It's definitely something we saw, especially on the Fountain hardpoint 4.3 of Moscow. As countless times you would see Nebraska make the full rotation through Boulevard, take control through Bank, and then move on to Library to completely flip the spawns of St. Ambrose. So that's something to highlight moving into checkmate to make sure that once you get those rotations, exactly like Cruz said, have to win those fights, have to lock it down. It's going to be important. It's what you're looking for. But we are ready to hop into this checkmate map 4. St. Ambrose, regional qualifier life on the line right now. You have to force a map 5 if they want to keep their dreams in it.
And I mean, if you're looking at Nebraska, they're one map away from a date with CUW Esports for a shot to get into the top 64 and into our playoff bracket. I mean, this map is everything for both of these teams, and it's going to be a bloodbath here in this first hill.
Great, coming out on top through the window. Contest heavy. Kairos evens it up. Trav swings wide for 1, combining with Zyphos, but still Nando on here. Poor old Nando left all alone. So much respect from both teams.
I think even yesterday in CDL, we're starting to see this map become, especially this first hill on the first time through, just becoming a lot more super contest heavy, where you have a player like King Nando kind of just sitting in the back trying to contest the time for long stations of time. And then on the other side, you have somebody just playing in that little cubby and just trying to contest the time. We almost saw multiple games yesterday go to the game clock. And so I'd be interested to see today if we end up seeing a very similar type of thing. You can see all the players from St. Ambrose, they're trying to put focus on these bottom side spawns right now. They're just trying to win out these fights, but it's 3 players from the side of Nebraska pushing through. It's going to be a one-on-one for the spawns, and of course, it's Zyphos once again coming out on top.
But this one out!
So it's going to be
Nebraska's all the way garage. This is a race now. Zyphos has to turn up big now. He has the crossfire with ATB. Point to Ike at the moment in yellow.
That's a great play.
Oh, this is beautiful. 3 go down. Guys, somebody to talk about right now is great. 7-2 right off the rip. Make it 8-2. 3 streak for himself. It's such a good game on checkmate control. I would say shadowed a little bit by Zyphos, but keeping it up in this game 4.
Yeah, I mean, he absolutely wants us to start talking about him. He said Zyphos, come on.
It's my turn.
Yeah, he's been playing well this whole series as well. I mean, we can't really take that away from him at all. All the players on Nebraska really turning up in this series, to be totally honest, and they should lock down these last 20 seconds here as well. And unfortunately, I thought Zyphos fell, but he does keep the streak up. He's on 6 in a row, possibly going to find streaks for the 3rd map in a row.
Oh my. Zyphos. They know where he is. Max going to challenge him. That is not something you want to go up against right now. Zyphos 8-1. Ike cleans just down the streak, but Gray keeps the ball rolling. Trav cleans up the point. Nebraska breaks point 3, and Gray, something about this man right now just won't be stopped.
I mean, Gray and Zyphos. We said it going into this map. It's going to be the battle of the ARs, and I mean, their ARs are just coming out on top time and time again. That's why you're finding them up 50 seconds off the break of this game right now. They didn't even get a ton of time on hill 1, a little bit more on hill 2. They've already found, what, 15 seconds here on the third hill. So, I mean, not really anything to complain about for the side of Nebraska at the moment. I think the only thing maybe is they have to start maybe putting a little bit of focus towards this P3 hill, but you've already got Trav in the top 6 doing what he needs to do. He should be able to soak up these last 15 seconds or so, but you do have St. Ambrose who have got the spawns right now for that new hill.
On the full rotation, ATB from top rope, split between 2 points of view. Ike's gonna have a big one-on-one and taking down Gray for a point control. 4 seconds till it unlocks. That is gonna be the lock on the top of your screen is where the next hard point is gonna be. 3 players of St. Ambrose locking down at the moment. Ike and Kairos with their feet on the hard point. Gray lets his position be known as the player you do not want to peek, and he is letting you know that. 16 and 7. Gray, just stop challenging Gray.
Oh man, this is getting away from the side of St. Ambrose right now. They need to pick it up. That's exactly what you need to see. Kairos on a 5 streak. He needs to find streaks to kind of counteract what Zyphos had earlier in the game. If he can find them, it could be absolutely huge, but I believe he fall. Yeah, he does. He just fell, so not going to find the streaks either. They're still going to be down around 20 seconds at the end of this hill if we don't get another contest coming in from the side of Nebraska. You can see Nebraska is just trying to put full focus right now on those P5 hill spawns.
Well, luckily, you got Kairos matching Zyphos at the moment, and that's really the reason why St. Ambrose is in this game still. You don't have spawns. Gray, once again, the rotation to P5 in favor of Nebraska at the moment. Full flood from the bottom. Trap's going to spot it out. A nade onto Nando from Ike. It wasn't even Nando's doing this time. It was Ike for the betrayal. Stabbed in the back.
Nando can't catch a break in this entire series, man. I actually feel awful for this guy. He's going to get gunned at range by 74U now as well. You know, best they are in the game, right? But oh my god. It's so unfortunate, but you can already see Nebraska is continuing to just run this score up. If they're able to hold on to the rest of this time, they could be at almost a 100-point lead going into the next set of rotations. Seymour.
Gray can't be stopped. 21 and 9. Double positive. Drop down. Nobody collecting time right now, but Nebraska full. Double the points of St. Ambrose. Unlucky from Trav gets knocked down, or Zyphos gets knocked down by Trav's trophy system. Gray, dip, duck, dive, duck, dodge, whatever you need to do to get out of that situation, he does it.
Okay, but this isn't the worst situation right now for St. Ambrose, though. Yes, they're down a lot. I was going to say they had a decent setup going for them on this hill so far, but unfortunately, a couple of them do fall. They just need to make sure they hold on to this next side spawns, contest this hill, and try to get a full 60 on P2.
Kairos with the crossfire. Trav peeks a little bit too far. 3 go down for Nebraska. St. Ambrose, do they clean up Gray? Now they're going to starting to gain some time. Pick up a majority here. You have spawns favoring you, like Cruz said. We're going to string together quite a bit of time. The big kill from Kairos just to keep those spawns in your favor.
Oh, 2 big kills from Kairos to keep them. And I mean, this is exactly what I said they need to do. They need to get a little bit of time here, contest for the most part to not get a ton of time to the side of Nebraska, and hold on to these spawns. It's really going to be up to Zyphos. He gets tagged up as he's trying to head on through the crate. It's him and Kairos comes out on top this time. So spawns should be good for the side of St. Ambrose, barring something remarkable from the side of Nebraska.
It's the one-on-one that I was talking about, Cruz. Kairos versus Zyphos coming out in Kairos' favor now. Holding down storage room. Is going to be in trouble. Great for the peak. Kairos not winning it out. Split feed from both teams. A toss-up for spawns, but still in the back, it is going to be St. Ambrose getting those spawns at the moment. Nebraska, 40 seconds to break this point. Holding from the front. ATB through the wall. Combines for Gray to get 2. Breaks on through. Now point to Nebraska, but Ike and Max. 3 kills. They drop Nebraska to get themselves back in it.
Kairos held his cam to wait for his team to find those kills so he would spawn up in the back. This should give the last 20 seconds or so to the side of St. Ambrose here. It's exactly what they needed to get themselves back in this game. They're only going to be down 20 as we head towards P3 on the second set of rotations.
It's not pretty, Cruz. It's not smooth sailing.
But they're getting it done.
They're doing it.
Oh man, this is going to be a very big answer though. They have to try to break these spawns from the side of Nebraska. Nebraska has such a good setup here for this third hill.
Gray, though. What a menace. And his team's slaying out around him. He doesn't even take an initiation at the moment, soaking up the time in the hill. Trav 7 and 15, but he's got 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the hard point doing the OBJ time for Nebraska. Gray trying to come up big, but he's got to leave it to his teammate, Zyphos. Exactly that. Now, 0.3 uncontested. King Nando. Going to be the hero of this story. Does get cleaned up, but enough trays to favor St. Ambrose on this 0.3. They can bring it back a little bit more to go to 0.4.
Good thing for Nebraska, though, they were able to hold on to a majority of that time there through the first set, or through that first little bit of a skirmish on the hill there. So they will get some time back, keep their lead at around the same as it was towards the end of that last map. They pretty much just split time on that last hill, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 2 for the hill.
Love this AR. 74U, beaming max at range. Christmas in the kill feed. It's both teams finding a present. But Zyphos coming up on top, has the artillery strike too in his arsenal.
That forever.
It's forever in there. Never gonna use it.
Save
Around the corner, Trav has the go ahead. Ike and Max for 2. They clean up the last one. St. Ambrose a solid break and enough time in the time bank for a tie game.
They absolutely can tie it up here. You're not wrong, but also I think the bigger focus as well is the fact that they hold on to the right side of the map for those spawns.
Exactly.
They can absolutely not only tie the game up here, but maybe even take a lead swap as we head over towards our 5th hill. It's going to be down on that bottom left-hand side of the mini-map. As you can see, they're trying to put their full focus on it right now. Max is set up in the top. You've got 3 players inside wood and 1 player who's ready to hop onto that hill. These fights are going to be huge.
Oh, Gray is such a bully. You can't just do that to Ike. Nando cowering in fear in the back. Kairos looking to pick up this kill finally. But Gray is unstoppable. A menace. A nuisance. An annoying player that you just cannot get kills on. Ike finally cleans him up. Looking to break from the front. But Zyphos is a player you have to deal with. Combines for 3. Lines him up and knocks him down. Nebraska holding strong for 0.5.
Oh my god, I thought Zyphos was about to go on another spree there. Yeah, he finished at 5, but I mean, maybe if he backs down and plays his life a little bit longer, they can absolutely find some more streaks out of that one, but not going to be the case. Ray's going to push underneath the hill now. He's able to grab 2 more, and I mean, the remainder of this time, you got to think has got to go the way of Nebraska, but it's going to be contested time at least. Kairos does hop on, but if we start to look towards this rotation, it's St. Ambrose again, holding on to those P1 spawns. They're up in the plane, they're set up early, and they've got right side spawns at the moment. It's really going to be if ATB can just find these spawns for his side, and he does.
ATB, perfect timing for Max! Oh my lord, you cannot let that happen. Zyphos finally cleans him up. Nando, sole survivor in this plane wreck. 3 go down for St. Ambrose, but Kairos keeping them strong at that. Nebraska can win on this, but with how scrappy it is, I expect to see another point.
It's gonna depend on whether they get that tick or not as well. So whether the contest comes in, I'm not sure if they can fully win on this. And with that contest now, they cannot no longer win on this hill, but they do hold on to the side of the map that you want for those spawns for the next hill. And I mean, if you're St. Ambrose right now, you got a full send it. You just absolutely have to try to push all the way through and flip these spawns out. They can't win on this. You got to go for spawns at this point.
No ifs and or buts. Put the pedal to the metal.
Oh my god,
and
the game
hit
clock
those
too.
spawns.
25 seconds.
I didn't even take a look at that. Something you don't always have to look at, but Gray slaying the lanes and pushing out the spawns for Nebraska to make sure St. Ambrose is spawning all the way back P5. You have the rotation, a strong setup as well. The only factor you have to look at is going to be Kairos, who wins a big one-on-one, and Ike from the front's going to slay on in, takes out Gray. A big break for St. Ambrose. Still haven't pulled the spawns, though, so Nebraska, strong position to retake. Right around the corner, Zyphos for 1. Ike walks right into him. This is a bloodbath at the moment. This is so close between both teams, and Gray might just be in that position to shake it all up. 7 seconds left. The contest from the front line. Trav through the wall.
Don't help them. They gotta fight this. Nando, you gotta fight.
Nando's gonna be that guy, but he's just not that guy just yet. And for the first time in so long, I am gonna see this go to time, and Nebraska is gonna take a victory in today's regional qualifier, 224 to 190.
Oh man, we said it. We said that they couldn't let that one go to the time there. We knew that they had a chance to pull that off because of how close that game clock was getting down. And I mean, Nebraska, all they did time and time again, they were just hopping onto that final hill to just keep the clock rolling. They knew they won off time, so all they did was continue to contest it. And like you said, Nando was kind of just hiding back there time and time again. And then right at the end of that, where was he? He was kind of just sitting in the corner trying to play his life. But at that point, you got to take the gunfights. They did a good job of pushing in and breaking and trying to get onto that hill. They almost did it, Seymour, but it just wasn't enough. Nebraska started off too strong, and St. Ambrose just couldn't make that comeback.
Well, Nebraska, they dodge a map 5 search and destroy against St. Ambrose. They goes to time. Like I said, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't smooth sailing, but they got it done. And let me tell you, King Nando did have 2 minutes in the hard point, so I can forgive him. He was the OBJ player with about a point 0.5 KD across this whole round. But Gray breaking 40 kills on that checkmate hard point.
I didn't think
Alongside
he was
like
gonna
our
listen.
eyes were on Zyphos, the AR of this team, but Gray, he said, "Hey, let me step into the shadows real quick. Show me the light, and this is my show."
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely didn't even notice that until I just looked over and saw that as well. Yeah, he had 43 kills to end that game off. That's absolutely ridiculous. Gray turning up so big in that final game for the side of Nebraska. And I mean, when they needed a player to step up, it was Gray and it was Zyphos time and time again who just came out and ran the gauntlet for the side of Nebraska to close out the game. And I mean, I really feel like we looked at this, we said they needed to win a respawn to win this game, and these guys picked up all three of them, Seymour.
All 3 respawns. They dropped the only map that we thought they were going to win. And the absolute opposite day right now for Nebraska. We look at that Moscow, another scrappy one, but Nebraska winning out and bullying themselves onto the hard points. Were able to combine a victory for 250 to 207. Ray and Search and Destroy a little bit different. St. Ambrose was taking that one. They went up 5-0. Saw a little bit of a climb from Nebraska to pull it back a little bit, but an unfortunate timeout caused them to lose 6-2. And then that checkmate control, we just saw it. It was a dominant 3-0 from Nebraska. They swept on through it and finished off on checkmate once again for a hard point. We went to time 224 to 191. Now,
I'm
Nebraska
excited for
Esports,
Nebraska.
they get to go against CUW in the regionals. That's going to be a stellar matchup, and I cannot wait to see it. But right now, we are going to head to a little bit of a break for College Cod Bravo. We will be back with our match number 2 in a very short time. Stay tuned for some more action.